Happy birthday, Daddy. We thank God that God has kept you over the years, not only for yourself, not just for your biological family, but for many of us whom you have, God has used you to touch over the years. There are two ways I describe it to people in a very simple manner. I tell people that anywhere I am in the world that Bro Moses does not know about, then it's likely I went there to buy slippers or chocolates. That means it's not somewhere very relevant. The second way is that I tell people that, well, it's not difficult to get my head or to do anything. It's not difficult to convince. But if you have tried every means and you know there is something that is correct I need to do, and maybe either I'm not doing it at all, I'm not doing it correctly, and you have tried every means and you couldn't get it. Once you get to Bro Moses and he tells you it is done, go back and sleep, the job is done. Yeah, that is to probably a very short statement to describe what God has made you to mean to me over the years. Like I think I once mentioned to you, I see a different, very unique pattern of leadership. You've influenced my life very greatly, yet you've never issued me one command before. Most times, start with, if I were you, and I've seen that many times when you say it like that, the best for me is to just note it immediately. I have quite many examples for that. But just to make this short, I have seen that, I remember how God brought me to you. Precisely May 1st, 2009. I can never forget because there are quite a number of very strong things attached to that day for me as a Christian and even for my life in general. So I remember very clearly, and the story you told me about how you resigned the job, a very high-profile job, and really that's one of the things that really captivated me, because I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you before. The kind of experience you had in the career world is sort of very similar to what I had in mind as my ambition as of that time. So when I saw somebody who has gone somewhere around where I wanted to be, and I'm still running very fast, and this person has gone and he has said, let's come back, let's look at this thing properly. Not like, okay, he has been there and he's still saying there is this thing that God has called me to do. So I think I was captivated that day to listen, and that was what led to my relating with you about the restitution matter, which lasted for 4 years. And actually, within that 4 years, that issue became one of the most significant decisions and something I ever did in my Christian experience. And it has been, like very detailed. It has been a bedrock for all that God in His mercy has allowed me to touch and see over the years. And this is the same thing that resulted into a discipleship relationship with you in 2013. All these have contributed more to me. I must sincerely thank you. At a point in time, I told myself, Bro Moses follows me everywhere. I was with him in Lagos when I finished bachelor's. When I was going for youth service, he called Bro Ali Koja, who is the leader of Peace House in Kano and some other states in the north, I think Zamfara included, and some part of Kaduna, something. Now, he came to pick me right from the road, right from the garage, where the vehicle dropped me, despite all the terrible impression we've had about the Nigeria at that time. Apart from that, when I started having a few opportunities to travel here and there, when I was thinking of going to Guatemala, we had not even got an invitation letter. Daddy was already telling me that is this my friend there. He showed me the picture. He even called him. Okay. When I was coming to Italy, because I came in through Belgium, he linked me up with Achinjere. I dropped like this, they came to pick me. Italy, Have you called ever? Have you called ever? And these people treated me well simply because of Moses, not because they knew me anywhere. Thank you very much for this support. I'll mention two more things, just to be brief. When I was going for National Youth Service, because again, National Youth Service, those that see me on Facebook know that really there are a few months I don't talk about Kano. Kano became a battle for me, actually. Long story, but now, when I was going for youth service, Daddy sat me down in the house in Lagos. I think three of us actually, either two or three of us. And he told us three things that affect core members. One, excessive time. Two, excessive travel. Three, opposite sex. And no doubt this contributed a lot to how I, by the grace of God, spent my service here. Having that background, having that knowledge ahead of time, it really helped me such that I think up till now, I'm not so sure I've ever had a busier year, either before that time until now, than that 2013, 2014. So, all this really, I'm very grateful for. I'd like to tell you probably one of the days you have surprised me most, and that was 2013. This was a time, maybe now I have a bit more understanding of how God works with you and Peace House in general. But learning that this man lives without salary. And then one day you called me, and there were three young people that you wanted to obtain, I think, remedial form for University of Ilorin. I know it's a form for University of Ilorin for admission. And this was, I think, around 60,000 naira. You gave me the ATM card, the debit card. And I was one that used your card in your office in Anthony Village to pay for three people. And none of these three people were your biological children. Good enough, I know all of them. So, I was really touched. Maybe now I understand a little more, but then, it wasn't really adding up. How can this man, he doesn't earn salary, and he's paying this three people in one day? Obviously, God has raised you not just for yourself, like I said before, not for your biological children alone. And very interestingly, you mentioned to us that you always said it, that you pay people's school fees if you die, which of course, in a way, also influence my orientation in contributing to people in a little way that one is attempting to. So thank you for these influences. My prayer for you is that God will uphold you to the end. And you have contributed to many. Some of them, in fact, in 2013, when I was with you in Lagos, that was the day I just resigned, because I followed you to the office that time. When I see all these people that park big vehicle and then come in to see you out, I asked myself, how did this man manage to have a space in his brain to think about me? Because, I look at myself that time, that was completely, I'm far from that level of those people that come to you, but if I start telling you a story today, I'm the one to mark it, because the next time I come, that day will tell me, no, this is where you stopped. This is where you missed command, you missed the full stop. That tells me how much you have me at heart. Despite that, there was really nothing much about me, but it shows that the art was for the life. The art was for the building. And thank you for these contributions, which I'm very grateful for. I want to pray again that God in His mercy will uphold you and also give you very, very big opportunities to enjoy the fruit of your labor from various places where God has used you, various lives God has used you to labor on. I've had people talk about how you contributed for their tuition for the masters. I've had people talk about people you send money to almost frequently in school. I'm personally aware of some that you asked me a question about because somebody was getting admission. All these are really, really things that really touch my heart very deeply. And I want to pray and ask that God in His mercy will help you. We give you the sound health. It will give you long life to benefit, to eat the fruit of all of this. Of course, beyond materials, I know there is the satisfaction of seeing those you have contributed to do well. And I think that actually comes first for you. Yeah. So I really pray that God will strengthen those works, those seeds you have sown in the life of people. He will water them and make them strong, because that's the first satisfaction, that the works you have done, the works you have people who have labored on their life are here and there, standing for God on platforms across the world. I pray this and more God will do. And the Bible says, "He that watereth shall be watered." You have labored on us, obviously, and no argument about that. You have contributed to us, which is well acknowledged. I pray that God will raise men for your children. He will raise men from places they never know. I've enjoyed favor from people simply because of Bro Moses. When I was in Belgium, I can wake up tomorrow morning and travel to Belgium. I have a place to stay. If I'm tired of this room where I am in Milan now, I go to Mr. Evers' house. I'm more than welcome, simply because of Bro Moses. I pray that God will raise men for your children. He will raise women for them. He will raise support for them from where they never could imagine. And anywhere they are, you have been around me, you follow me everywhere, ensuring that I'm never stranded anywhere, both physically, materially, and in prayers. Remember when I was coming to Europe, you still gave me some heroes. Thank you very much. I'm really very grateful. I pray that God, in His mercy, will favor your children as well. He will support them. He will guide them. He will watch over them. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I want to appreciate Mommy as well, who make the house very comfortable for all of us. When we come anytime, sometimes I enter the house past 11 from a trip in the night. Thank you very much, Mommy. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your support.